I'm taking profits on SHIDO right now. I'll do it in front of you guys so you know what it's like to actually, sell. A lot of people don't know what that's like to actually make money in trading. They think you hold forever and just pray, but it doesn't work like that. I market sell when the timer's hot, because look, they'll give me a good price if I market sell right now. I got out of 1145, look, and it was at 1100. I banged on them. You see that? I got the highest price possible and made gains. All right? That's how you do it. Look, I bought SHIDO for 10. Oh, no, they screwed me. I was up 13. Well, 11052 fill price. Oh, 014. Or maybe it was at 16. Yeah, so they did screw me. I lost $300. I should have limited out. Dang. I didn't pay attention. I was up 13. I still made $1,000, but I did get a bad 114. Yeah, they're at 10. Yeah, they took me out from 4 to 12. All right, my bad. I usually don't do that. Look, that was my market order right there. They just took the price down. Oh, no, that's not. My bad. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, that was the market order. I just took the price down. I just tanked SHIDO. Look at that. That was me. Dang. I didn't mean to do that. Just 10 grand. Jeez. Yikes. Hey.
years been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on thinking you could save yourself, but that's love, that's just love. You should know some things will hurt, and you'll end up getting burned. I just hope that you will learn. That's just love, that's just love. You will get back up again, even if you don't know when. And it feels like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on, deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love. Every time you feel the walls are closing in, and it seems like nothing makes it better, you should try to remember that's just how it is when it comes to love, comes to love. 'Cause you know sometimes it hurts, and you
Bam! Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I woke up. I made $1,000 last night. How could I be pissed? Like, I made $1,000 in my sleep, literally when I went to bed. Last night, I did the live stream with each and every one of you. Right before that or right after that, sometime I bought SHIDO. I put like 9-10 grand in it, and I sold it for $11,000 this morning for 1,000%. For a nice 10% gain. All you need is 10%. And I know you're like, Sam, you used 9 grand, 10 grand. You're a baller. But I get it. But you will too. One day that you'll be able to do this very simply. I was doing this with $1,000 5 to 7 years ago. I never thought I'd be swinging 10 grand easily, but you will too. And there's guys that swing freaking 50 to 100 grand and make me look like a snail. I'm not trying to say I'm a big shot. What I am trying to tell you is there's money on this in the market even on the weekends. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I make gains 7 days a week, baby. I may not win every single time, but most of the time, I'm taking my gains, baby. Shout out to each and every one of you, and it looks like it's going to continue. I usually sell early. I wouldn't be surprised. I created this sell-off, apparently. That was me selling, you know. I guess maybe it doesn't have that much volume, but 10 grand, it could handle it, though. But look at the 15 minutes, stochastics are high. You would expect it to come back down. I sold at 1145. It's at 1163. So not too far from where I sold. But we'll go from there. All right. And I should have actually, I got beat for 300. I took a market order. And I usually don't take a market order there. I usually limit out. And I took a market there thinking you can market when the market's pumping up. Like if this candle was going green and you market, beautiful. Why? Because people are frenzying in and you'll get a great price. So I've learned. But again, do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But I like to market out when things are getting real cool. Like in a green big pump. You usually get a great price. However, you don't market out on a Sunday morning when everyone's asleep. Like I did, you know. So I lost 30% of the trade. I was up 1,300. All right. So just one thing to learn from my mistakes. And I don't like giving 300 back to the market when I work so hard to risk it. Fly to Holland now. Be safe. Shout out to Ivo 10 Broke. Enjoy your trip, mother friend. We love you, man. Be safe. You're going to have a great flight. Sammy Cup and Handy, I was watching Beam last night. Go in and out a couple times this morning because I was feeling something. Got back in now. Up 5 on realized profit. Let's go. Do your thing, man. $5 is, I don't always be proud of the percentage and the execution. I don't care how much money it is. It's about percentage and execution. And people say that, and you're like, yeah, but does it really matter? It really does. Over time, it will matter. It will matter. All right. The 4-hour looks absolutely beautiful on SHIDO. Like it's going to likely continue. Just watching the 15-minute now kind of reset itself here in a bit of a flag. It'll come back down to the 21-day moving average. Why? I don't know why. That's just the human nature. All the people that are going to sell are somehow going to bring this pretty close to the 21. I don't know why. Certain things you can't understand, you just have to know their truths. Like, you know what I mean? Water's made of hydrogen and oxygen. Why? I don't know. We don't know why it's made of hydrogen and 2 oxygens, H2O, right? This love got me out of bed. I would have went back to sleep without the notification. Bang. Shout out to Kyle Tamalo. We love you. We appreciate you. There are 2 lifers on this flight, Ivo and Niels. So fun. That's so cool, man. 2 lifers, baby. Jasmine seems primed, going long opportunity. They're also getting a bit of a write-up, So to me, I really believe SHIDO ain't done yet. However, it is very overbought on that 22-hour time frame now. And that is a bearish div. So I may have just sniped the top of SHIDO there for a quick little gain. And we'll see what happens. The price is starting to come down a little bit. People are in bed too. That's why you got to wake up early to get the biscuit. 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Yeah, sorry. 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. I knew I said that. Once I said it, I was like, I think you said that wrong. H2O. What is 2 oxygen, 1 hydrogen, though? I think it does make something. I held my Jasmine. I was never a fan because one day I'm looking at Jasmine, $26 million, $26 million market cap. 2 days later, my buddy calls me and says, what's going on with Jasmine? I'm like, what do you mean? I go online, it's $260 million. He's like, how did it shoot up 10x overnight? And I guess it was a clerical error. I don't know. Still to this day, I've never been fully, privy to what happened there. I would love to know what kind of tomfoolery was going on over there. H2O. Yeah, it's too hot. It's H210. Yeah, it's 2. I never said it wasn't. I misspoke. I didn't like, yeah. You see what I mean? Like I did say, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. I never agreed to the fact that I was wrong. That I was right. Yeah, whatever. On live with Sam with the Goat. Shout out to Tito Gaines. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Rapid Water, some fire services use it. Buy ORYM and thank me later. People always do that. Like, yeah, just go, Crazy Frog was pumping. Still up 20%. Manta Network, Pyth. These are things that are hot. SAVM, still getting that love. Pyth, man. I own some Pyth. I believe Pyth's going to be big. This was 920. It did go up back to 12. A nice overnight. What'd you say, beautiful girl? Oh, give me a hug, baby. Oh, I don't have the remote control, baby. I'm right here, baby. I love you, though, sweetie. Somebody's hiding it? Okay, honey. You go look for that, baby. All right. So Satoshi Vision, this thing boomed, right? Already up 260x for the people that got in. So to me, it's kind of late. I like to get in dumb early. But, it doesn't. Now there's hype about it, so we can swing trade it for gains. That's what matters, So no morning is good as Seller Bob before everyone else wakes up. Yeah, for sure, man. Take advantage. And it's all about being the early bird, catching the worm. All right. And look, now it's finally back to my sell, which is like, dang. Even low, actually, I was 4.5. So sad. I should never have marketed myself out over there. But I also did get out, right? So it is what it is. All right, let's take a look at BTC on the morning, what we're here for every single day. But it's been fun for the alts, man. When there's fun alt action, I like to talk about it. So the last time we spoke, where is my little green box? I left the green box. Where's my green box got deleted? Oh, there it is. All right. I thought maybe we would have broken out by now. And, remember last night I just put my green box. My green box is for fun. I have no idea where price is going to go. But we just try to see how many times I can catch it, right? But what I like is, look, we're just continuing sideways above the 200 SMA. Very, very tight inside of the channel. In my humble opinion, you kind of broke the channel on the 7-minute. I'll help you in a second, my love, but not right now, right? Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, please. All right. Love my kids, man. They're the reason why I work so hard. I work 7 days a week. I bought that Escalade, not for me, for my kids, man. They love that thing. They get in that thing, they feel like they're in a space. They love that thing. They love getting in that car. You have no idea, like. And you feel super secure on that thing because you're like up high. See, I didn't have it for a week, and it felt like I was like, dang, man. I got it back. I was like, it's kind of nice, you know. It was like humbling. So, shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. Like, that's an inverted head and shoulder. You can see it right there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. So you woke up this morning, played the inverted, you made gains. You didn't really have to think much about it, right? You just had to kind of do what it does. 7-minute really reveals that inverted shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. Nice little breakout on the 7-minute to the upside. Not amazing. Do we follow through? Take a look at BOOKMAP and see how much liquidity it has for us. But it doesn't look absolutely amazing, all right? And we'll be out of here by 9 a.m. to give you back to your family members today. All right. And it's, you know, playoff football Sunday in America. Whether you like football or not, it's an American pastime. My dad played football growing up. I played football growing up. I watched football with my father. I do understand some of the concerns about people banging their heads around. And it's kind of, I get it. You know, we are in an elevated race and we still watch people bang their head against each other. I see that. And we'll probably eventually progress out of it over time, you know. But those guys are making billions, so they don't really care, right? There's big money in football. Anyway, so do we pump up to the green box? Who knows, right? We'll keep it there to see, hey, do we, you know, I'll stand strong. This is where we end up tonight on the call, you know, for the weekly candle close. Do you believe in stop-loss hunting and whales causing fake-outs? I mean, I believe in myself, you know, and I believe in God. Everything else is just kind of, I don't, you know. I mean, yeah, there's such thing as a stop-loss hunt. It's good to set up limit orders there or watch. I mean, yeah, we must believe in stop-loss hunting because we watch, that's what we do, like what I call, like, you know, the dinero banger and Master Frank calls the money printer. It's like we watch the 1-minute liquidations on, you know, we watch people get liquidated. And so when people get liquidated, that's when their stops are getting hit for sure. So technically, I mean, I'll train you how to watch people get their stops taken out, and then I'll train you how to take advantage, you know. But I'll be honest with you, many times I just play something the way I'm supposed to play it, and I get paid, you know. So it all depends. They can go after your stop. It happens. What we're looking for is we're looking for this 1 hour to pump up to the 200 SMA, all right? So I'm going to give you two scenarios here. Boom, we get to there. If we get above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, that would be an indication for me to long. Right, I would take a scalp long right here, and or I'd take a super sketchy, like I could get in right now with the stop loss here, just, you know, going for some type of real crazy, but Sunday is not my favorite day to trade. The weekends per se. If I trade all coins at night. You get it? I have a specific way I'd go about it on the weekends. And look, I've been in the market. I showed you how I trade Myro, made $1,400 while I was in my sleep. I showed you how I traded this, made $1,000. I did it in my sleep. I made these trades last night. I woke up, I sold them. They didn't stress any part of my brain. My daily day, I was walking around. I already have $1,000 in my pocket. I can already give 30% to the tax man. I'm still up $700. You can't beat it. You know what I mean? And I haven't even put in, yeah, that was before I put my pants on and my tie on. You know what I mean? Who else does that? Like, and that's why when you walk around and someone goes to work every day, you know, and they exchange their time for money, I'm exchanging my knowledge for money. I was able to figure out how to use my brain to make gains in the market, right? But it took 15 years of me banging on it. I'm telling you, I'm 41 now, 16 years. I was 25, even 24 really. I'd go as far to say it's been 17 years now of me in the markets, you know. Since I first decided I was going to buy or sell a stock, I was probably about 24, you know. And I was talking about gold and silver and the price of gold when I was 21 years old, you know. Me and my friends in college were talking about how much the price of gold would be in the room we were hanging out in. And I made a prediction that it would easily continue to go up from 400 to probably 800 bucks. I don't see why it wouldn't double, and it did. It really did. True story, man. I always remember I had a tall Indian friend, 6'3", Mo hit Singla, still friends, came to my dad's funeral. And his dad had given him $100,000 at the time to trade the stock market, right? And we didn't know anyone I'd never knew anyone. Like, I wasn't that close, you know. And I was going to St. John's University in Queens. And we were doing doobies, whatever, you know. And he came over, and we were smoking doobs. And he's like, hey, what's up? And we're going up. And we used to hang out all the time. And he's like, Sam, you know, you're a smart guy. He's like, what do you think of the price of gold? And I was like, well, gold's going to continue to go up. I'm like, they're going to, you know. I was like, it's all, you know, inflation will rise. I was like, the gold will continue to rise. It's only a matter of time. I told my dad we should be buying gold. My dad told me I was crazy. He's like, you do what you want with your money. So I started buying gold ounces at 800, 960 bucks. My dad was like, I was like, Dad, we should buy gold. Like, and then the gold doubled. It went to like nine, you know. I told my dad to buy gold at $400 an ounce, you know. It's just funny, like, and I traded, so I was buying and selling gold and silver. That's how I got into this mess. That's why you guys are meeting me now. I started buying and selling gold and silver, and then here I am. So anyway, I get into the whole story, but we only have so much time on a Sunday morning. And I told my whole story the other day on the stream too. But I started trading gold and silver. I got into the Toronto Stock Exchange, all right, the TSX. If you didn't know. And how I traded the TSX was as international brokers. But the TSX, man. And what I like about the TSX is the gold miners and the silver mining companies. And they have access to, you know, some pretty lucrative ETFs and investment funds. I liked this is the TMX, or the Toronto Stock Exchange welcomes a new ETF. Look at that, too. And I wonder if they're getting ETFs as well. Something I haven't thought about as well. But I love the TSX, man. It gave me my real first big win in the markets, trading the TSX. So I'll always remember it. I kind of secretly want to go back and trade the TSX again because, like, I just, you know, there was a 4 to 5 year period where this was it, you know. I told my wife, I was like, I got to get on the TSX. No one I knew was trading the Toronto Stock Exchange. Nobody. I'll be honest. I was just out of my mind. I would do weird things that no one, I figured if I could do what no one else was doing, I would get a different result, right? I also kind of thought it was cool, like, to tell my friends I was on the TSX. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm trading the Toronto Stock Exchange. Like, y'all know what you're doing. You know? Anyway, you know, I was kind of like, you know, a little bit of a smart butt about it. You know, I'll be honest. I'm being honest. And so, but I talked about it for 2 months. I was like, I'm going to go trade, you know, I'm going to open up this account. And my wife was like, did you open up the account? And a week would go by. I was like, nah. She's like, did you open the account? I was like, no. And she's like, did you open the account? No. And finally I was like, she's like, dude, she's like, when are you going to open the account? Like, she's like, stop being a loser. I always remember this. She was like, do it or stop talking about it. She's like, damn, you know. And so I finally got the Interactive Brokers account. I finally transferred the money, you know, because, like, you know, you don't want to lose the funds. You say you're going to do it. All sounds great until the funds are really in the account. And then you're like, I could blow this now. Like, you know. And I put it in Canopy Growport. And it went up very, very well for me. And it changed my life. And then eventually it got onto the New York Stock Exchange. Canopy Grow. And it wasn't on there when I got on. Like, it wasn't that big. No one knew about it, right? So it was like buying a little altcoin. And then I think it was 2017 of October, we had a huge run up. And I ended up getting out. And it was awesome. I mean, it was just one of the greatest trades of my life, because it was the beginning. That was the trade that started the rest of my life, you know. Was able to turn like 5,000 into 60 grand and 12x the money. And that 12x really changed my life, because then I was able to have, you know, I had something, right? I had a savings, and then I found Bitcoin around the same time. So you think a young guy who's speculative, who just made a bunch of speculative money, and then I find Bitcoin at $300. You know, so the story goes, you can only imagine what happens after that. And so I just got really, I got really lucky. I did, you know. But I also believe that there was something always coming my way. And I always believed that great things were going to happen. And I always believed that somehow, some way. And then that story doesn't end there, because then Bitcoin would go up and all the way back down, and people would tell me I was insane. And then that story, that you know, and a lot of you have been through that, you know. And wow, right? And to the mental fortitude I had to have to get through all the people telling me that I should have sold my Bitcoin at 3,000, and I was nuts when I told them that no, I had the greatest asset in the world, and they were out of their minds. You know, and they just looked at me and thought I was really pompous. They thought I was narcissistic, pompous, and out of my mind. They're like, what an egotistical psycho. They're like, he's going to buy himself to zero because he can't, because he's so conceited. That's really what happened. Like, I lost friends, like people literally over Bitcoin. People thought I was Mr. Know-It-All. But I said, what do you know? I said, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I said, it's supply and demand. I would have like arguments in bar rooms with my friends. Like, people would walk away from me. I'd be like, all right, man. Like, eventually I realized that I couldn't convince the average person that Bitcoin was going to go up. It just was never going to happen, you know? And I was like, man, this is horrible, you know, because I'm trying to save these people and I know it's going to happen, but they don't believe me. So I said, you know what? I'll make myself rich and then they'll see, and then maybe I can help them later on. And I never turned my back on someone that came back and said, you know what? I'm sorry I never listened. But now I want to know more, you know? And I said, you know, I knew you were going to come back. It's kind of like the Matrix. If he didn't go, he eventually would have went anyway. You know what I mean? I lost friends in pursuit of wealth. It's true, man. It's really true. You were trying to save them. I was trying to save them. Every single person I met, I was trying to explain to them, but they thought I was being rude. They thought I was being mean. They thought I was a know-it-all. Right? So that's a lesson to everyone out here. Like, certain people are going to listen and certain people aren't. And do not get frustrated when they don't listen to you. And understand when to shut up to when they're not listening to you. You know, that was my problem. My dad got irritated with that. He's like, don't you know when to just shut up? He would say that to me. He's like, don't you know when to just be like, they don't want it. Like, they don't get it. They don't want Bitcoin, Sam. Like, leave them alone. I'd be like, all right. Like, it was a thing, you know? I'm sure some of you are going to go through what I'm going through. I know it. I'm not the only person that went through this. I guarantee it. I know in my heart and soul, because I've met too many of you. We've had the one-on-ones. You've guys broken it down. So look, the 1 hour's a bit overbought. I feel like we peaked out if you get real tight on the candles, right? We got a little bit of a breakout there. Tiny. But it could always be a wick back inside the pattern. But this is what we're in. We're inside this tight channel. And that's what it is. And can we break up to the 200 SMA? So here's the two scenarios for Bitcoin that I was also going to say on my rush. But it's 8:50. Time is going by so slow. I have till 9. And it just seems like every minute is an hour right now. I've been practicing about Bitcoin since 2000. I've been preaching about Bitcoin since 2017. I know, Sam. I've tried helping my closest friends. I get the same know-it-all attitude. I like to hear that. I don't even bother to try to explain people anymore. Amen. Evangelize always. Speak if necessary. I love you. Yo, I love you, man. I'm making you a mod just because in case anything ever happens, I believe you would do the right thing. You don't have to do anything right now, but I just want to see you in blue. I wish I could give you a little guitar, actually, next to your name. I would do that. I don't tell people anymore unless they ask. Pearls to Swan. This guy, man, it's all... Oh, Jesus, that's like the hardest way to say it. You make 60K from 5 and TSX on your first trade to get you started on your trading journey and then founded Bitcoin at 400. Bro, that sounds like the biggest horseshit I've ever heard. No, you didn't. Peter Nelson. Okay, whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Yeah. I don't know. You can say whatever you want. That sounds like the biggest horseshit. No, you didn't. All right. That's fine. I didn't buy Bitcoin at $300. I'll tell you that. I bought it around $1,000, my first Bitcoin, and then I started buying it at $1,500 and $2,000. So I wish I had bought $300 Bitcoin. I'll tell you that, but I did not, you know. But I did find it at $350. Like, I have the emails to prove it. I knew about Bitcoin when it was $300. I did. I'm glad I preached my classmates about Bitcoin, and they listened. Yeah. Dude, I tell, you can't tell people about Bitcoin, right? That wasn't my first trade. I had been trading for like 4 years before that, and I had already lost $15,000 out of 40 grand trading GIVO. So no, that was not my first trade. I had already been trading for 5 years, and I had been up and down. And then that took about like 2.5 years to play out. So like, and I lost money on some other things while that was going on. You know what I mean? So I didn't make a clean 60K because I also probably lost about 20K trading other things. So I probably came out of that up 40K, you know. That wasn't my first trade. The first trade of my life, I'm trying to think, what was the first trade of my life? The first real trade of my life was Great Panther Limited, you know. I mean, SHIDO looks like it could continue to go to the upside, right? So look, Bitcoin does look like it could continue. I'll be honest, 90% of the time in my trading career, okay, Bitcoin's going to pump up to this 200 SMA. We are in a gap too in the VRVP, which tells us we can get right up to here. There's just no reason why we can't. To 42,700. I mean, that's just what it says. Look, we moved too fast down there. There's a lot of people shorted, and there's a lot of stops, you know, and they're going to go out today, be with their family, not pay attention. We can blast through them, right? So I love trading, and I love you guys. SHIDO is hot. SHIDO. The game of SHIDO. Welcome to SHIDO. No. So we still have this deep pocket area at 38.39. But remember, they did that to us at 33.5 when we were around like 35, 36. There was this big pocket at 32.2, 32.5, 33, and they never hit it. They kept it out. So I look for them. Once I see that they've been there for that long, I heat it. You know, it's down there. There's liquidity down there. Don't act like it's not. But then I just look at more temporal, like what's around me now. And look, right above us and right above us. And then we do have this here. So you could say, but right, the closest liquidity is a little further up at 42,006, 42,001. And then we have this bar here at about 42,005 and 520. It suggests we could get a short squeeze today. There's enough liquidity above us to give us a bit of a short squeeze. It looks like I was writing a Chinese, something in the Chinese language, right? I would love to learn how to write Chinese. I always see, like, right? So I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just, they're like, what an intricate language of symbols. Like, what do the symbols mean? Do they mean multiple words? Do they mean one word? When they write them, I just find it pretty fascinating. People that got abducted by aliens say that, like, aliens use imagery language, meaning like they'll be able to write like 10 images and be able to tell you an entire story, right? And that's kind of how they can, eventually we're going to be able to speak like that. You're not going to read a paragraph. You're just going to be able to like take in, like, I'll be honest, it's going to be pretty interesting. You'll see. We're going to communicate at a faster rate. We're going to change the way language is formatted in the next probably 15 to 30 years. If we progress into the right channels, just think as forward as you can, and that's just kind of, we're going to be able to accelerate our language barrier and the symbolism in which we teach, So I see a pump up here to the 200 SMA. I see a gap. It's definitely a move we can make up here. It looks likely. However, we're overbought now on the 1. Pretty overbought on the 4-hour time frame. All right. 8-hour has some momentum. 6-hour has momentum. 12-hour has momentum. 22 has momentum. And the daily looks like it's just getting started and could really start breaking out of a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. So there's a 68% chance we continue to the upside here. RSI is resetting pretty nicely, right? Below 50. This is turning. Everything's starting to look good on the daily. Like if I just saw this on the daily by itself, right? This falling wedge, boom. We're being caught by the 80-day moving average. It's pretty nice. So there's some good things here on the daily that look pretty nice to me. 2-day chart looks interesting. 3-day chart wants to double, make a move. The 3-day chart too, let's be honest, which I didn't really say before. Swing up, swing down, has some hidden bullish divergence. That's hidden bullish, tells us that the trend should continue to the upside because you have a low, a secondary low. And swing low to swing low, downtrend, uptrend. Pretty interesting. Even if you try to extend it here, which you can't because I think you'd hit the swing. If you hit the swing, you really can't. But if you did something like that, and then you did something like this, it's like it's still almost hidden bullish divergence. Let's go, Liver Sam. Thank you for your hard work this week, my man. Hey, man, God bless you, brother. It was a tough week. And then we have Fed next week, too. God bless you, Keeler Country Music. Thank you so much for recognizing the hard work, man. Full moon on Thursday. Yeah, you can see the full moon getting bigger, too. Big thank you to Crypto Live for joining the 99 trading group 2 days ago. I feel calmer in the uncertain market this week. You don't always need to trade, and there's so much learning there. I love that you said that. God bless you. And keep learning and keep coming back, baby. We love you. Some YouTubers are calling for 8K again. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. And again, we could go to the downside. I'm not perma bull. I just want to make that clear. I'm just going over the charts the way I see them. This is a strong bullish div on the 4-hour and the 3-hour time frame. Swing down to swing down. That's flattered somewhat to the upside, right? So you got bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. And you got to heed that. That's very strong. Some of the strongest we've seen on the 4-hour in a long time. Right? When's the last time we got bullish div that strong? Right there. We definitely got a massive short squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of these coming up either tonight, tomorrow. But be careful. We also have resistance. There's indecision in the market for sure. Am I opening up a trade? No, I'm not future swing. I just woke up to $1,000. If I stay out of the market for today's a great day. If I go back and trade, I could, who knows? Probably a good idea for me to stay out the market. I'm taking my kids to a college hockey game later. So, probably a good idea just to chill, do my thing and relax and enjoy my Sunday, right? So that's probably what I'm likely going to do. Let's look for these smaller time frames. 15-minute looks bullish. And again, look, the shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. This shoulder, head, right shoulder. Things are looking bullish. 15-minute wants to pump. Bitcoin looks good above the 200 SMA. So here's the deal. As long as the 15 and the 7 stay above the yellow line here, the 200 SMA, we're going to continue to the upside on the day. You got yourself in this little... That's a possible nice little swing trade right now, too. The breakout, it retested, which kind of tells you kind of a shoo-in for the gain, but you never know. It is the weekend, low volume, but that looks likely for a swing trade. Stop loss below the bottom trend line. So I see us pumping to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we're in my green box, yellow box later tonight. Gina Bombina, I just thought about you yesterday. So weird. So weird. We are all connected in this world. I said, man, I haven't seen Gina on the stream. I was like, people come and go. They get busy. I was like, but you'll always be here online. I was like, you're online, Sam. Like, you live in their pocket, in their phone. I was like, you're that thing. You're that distraction from life when they're living, they press on you and they see you. But I was like, yeah, but I try to teach during that time so they can learn and make them feel good about their life. And Gina, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm just so happy to see you. I really did, man. I was sitting yesterday. I swear on my children, on my life. I wouldn't say it just to say that. Jamie, I was thinking of Gina too. Were you really? It's interesting. Don't say that to be funny, man. I was really thinking about it. Sam, what kind of spiritual path you following? Because something you're talking about Jesus, but at the same time, you talk about the pineal gland, frequencies, and energies. Miss you, Sam. Thanks for saving my life. God bless you, Gina. You were there too in times where I was just like, man, you made me realize we had a real following and a real family. And it's cool. We have the core lifers as we begin to grow. We're going to grow. We're going to get big and big, right? And then there's that family that we grew from, that seed of the tree. And that's the special thing about this trading group. And that's what I love about life. Anyway, so my prediction for BTC and my update, we're tight inside a channel. As long as Bitcoin stays, above, I'm going to say this point of control here, 41,600, we're going to be good to go. Slight breakout, but it also looks like we're hitting the top of the channel. And I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of came back down here and bounced off the bottom. You don't want to lose the 200 SMA on the 7. So I'd watch that like a hawk. But price looks pretty okay. We're stabilizing sideways here. And we did breach this trend line. And we came off from the divergence, making higher lows. And now we're inside of a tight channel consolidating. So there is a chance for BTC to make some gains. And that local measured move is 43,000. We got to get back to above 43,160. That's that weekly support, and then it would create a weekly, but it doesn't look good for tonight in the weekly candle close. But we'll break that down for you when we get back tonight. GLQ continuing to pump. I put this out to the trading group, up now 165% gains. GLQ. Bang, bang, bang. Let's take a look at SUIP. Did it hold or did it continue to pump? Held gains okay. Not the worst. I just feel like SUIP could only do well if SUI continues to pump. Watch SHIDO up at like $10. I'm like, no. Oh, there. It's still lower than my sell, though. But they're fat ready. But yeah, the 1 hour's overbought on the stochastics RSI. Likely coming back down. Look for it to retest this top channel. Look for the 15-minute to make a bit of a flag here. And that's how I'd be trading SHIDO. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. See you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. God bless you all. I go to piano with the kids now. I love you. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Stay amazing. Stay strapped. I love you all. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. God bless you all. Attitude is gratitude, baby. I'm so thankful for my morning. I'm so thankful for we had a great stream last night. Then we got to wake up this morning and we hit it again. I woke up to $1,000. How could I be upset? How could I be upset? Life is going well, guys. I love each and every one of you. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. And thank you so much for each and every one of you showing up. And I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. Have a great time. Actually, no, I was going to push it. I'm going to push the stream. I just realized till like 9:30. Just because that game comes on at 6:30. And why fight it? It'll end at 9. 9:30 at the latest. So I'm going to change the time of the nightly, the weekly candle close. We're going to push it tonight. I'll probably be on about 10 o'clock tonight, all right? So just look out for that. I'll be on tonight at 10 so you can watch your football, all right? Make an adjustment to that. God bless you all. I'll see you tonight at about 10 p.m. 10 p.m., everybody. 10 p.m., all right? The countdown will start at like 9:50, and I'll come on at 10. That's the idea. God bless. God bless. They tell us what